Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the CHALL from Chell Sport. As you can tell, we've sort of changed it around a bit in terms of the direction, but we are live for the Carabao Cup draw. I'm going to be watching it very, very closely. I do have a couple of devices, so that'll be pretty cool. But yes, we are here for the Carabao Cup draw 2022-2023 round one. Now, of course, it's going to be very interesting to see who we're going to draw in this particular pot, should we say. It should be very, very interesting. Am I in for anyone specific? I'm going to talk about my predictions to who I would like to see us draw in a little bit. So stay tuned for a little bit just to see who you think I want to have in the draw. Don't forget to keep leaving your comments down below. The StreamYard links pinned at the top of the chat, so please do come on. I'm not going to lie to you, I almost got AJ Greaves on, but he's got some work to do. He's busy, so yeah, that's unfortunate. I could have got AJ Greaves on the show, but unfortunately he's busy. So best of luck, AJ, and good luck. Hello there, Tyler. Is it on Sky Sports? It is indeed, Harry. It is indeed. That's why I'm going to be watching it on. It's been live streamed on YouTube as well. That's the reason why I'm sort of using my phone to watch it. Big up, Aaron, my bro. I'll be on when I get back home. Not a problem, Max. Not a problem. So before we go into my Carabao Cup draw predictions, we do have a couple of things to recap that's been going on today. So let's go first through the Papa John's Trophy. Now, obviously, you guys don't know. Well, some of you, well, actually, no, all of you will know. You guys will know who we've drawn. We have drawn Newcastle United under 21. So our finished group is Barnsley, Lincoln City, and the Newcastle United Academy. So, you know, Barnsley's going to be tough. Lincoln should be okay. Newcastle Academy, we'll see what happens. We usually win against the Academy teams. Well, I think we beat Man City and we beat Man City last season. So hopefully another all right one this time. But we'll see what happens. I think Barnsley's going to be a tough one. I think it'd be interesting to see if we do home or away on that one, because I would love to do Barnsley away. I went to Sincil Bank last season. It was a good stadium, but I would rather do Barnsley away for the Papa John's Trophy rather than Lincoln away. So my prediction hopefully should be Newcastle and Lincoln at home and then Barnsley away. But that's just the Papa John's. Not the biggest competition out of all of them, but it is just the Papa John's. Hello there to Connor. What time is the draw? It is on at 2:30. So it's in about 27 minutes. Now, the second big thing we have to go through before the Carabao Cup predictions is the league fixtures. So let's have a look at the official calendar for Doncaster Rovers this season. So let's go through every single league fixture. So we're starting off with our opening tie. And this is away at Bradford. Away at Bradford on opening day. Those of you who've been on the away coaches last season will know the atmosphere will be buzzing for this one. Then we go into August, where it's a packed month with some tough fixtures. So our first home game on the 6th of August, hosting Sutton United. Then on the 10th, we've got a Carabao Cup game. We've got our Carabao Cup round one. Then we've got 13th of August, away at AFC Wimbledon. Those of you who were there last season at Wimbledon will know how tough it was. I was still angry that the Gnome didn't get into Wimbledon, but there we go. If you don't know, check out Paul Mayfield and it'll tell you. 16th of August, we're hosting Stockport County for our first ever game against Stockport since 2005. The Sutton United game, by the way, that's our first ever league fixture against this team. So I'm really looking forward to that. Then after Stockport on the 16th, on the 20th of August, we're hosting Salford. Again, another first, a brand new team in our league fixtures. So it's our first ever league game in our history against Salford City. So very excited about that. 24th is the next round of the Carabao Cup, if we get there. 27th of August, we're away at Sixfields to face Northampton Town, someone who I think will be around that top 10, top 12, same as us. Then on the 31st, we've got the first game in the Papa John's Trophy group, whoever that may be. Then we go into September, where we have, on the 3rd of September, we are hosting Mansfield on the 3rd of September. That's a big, big game. Then on the 10th of September, we are travelling away to Hartlepool United, the now former club of Luke Molineux, one of our star signings. On the 13th of September, we are away at Barrow. It's our first ever league fixture against this team. Away at Barrow on a Tuesday night in September. I mean, come on. The league just couldn't, you just couldn't write it, could you, traveling all that way on a Tuesday night? Can't wait for that away trip to Barrow for our first ever league fixture against this team. Got three new league fixtures. No, four. No, actually, no, hang on, no. Forget what I'm saying. This is our first league fixture against Barrow since 1972. So there we go. 17th September, we are hosting Swindon. Then on the 21st September, it's our second Papa John's Trophy group match. Again, we don't know who yet. We don't know when the actual fixtures will be decided. It'll be decided at a later date. On the 24th September, to round off the month, we are hosting Crawley and their new manager from the Arsenal Academy, Kevin Betsy. Then in October, on the 1st, we are away at Rochdale, so a great fixture from League One a couple of years ago. Then on the 8th of October, we host Richie Wellens on the 8th of October, Leyton Orient at home at the EcoPower Stadium. Richie Wellens returns for the first time since his sacking by Rovers. What's the crowd reaction going to be? Is it going to be boos? Is it going to be a mixture of boos and cheers? I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting from this, because at the end of the day, Wellens is still a legendary footballer at this club, and he'll still be praised for his legendary status as a player, but as a manager, it was just a really traumatic period at the club, a traumatic 12 months which led to our relegation that even Gary McSheffrey couldn't save us from. So I think it's been very interesting, that game, to see what kind of reaction Wellens is going to get from the crowd, both home and away. 15th of October, we are away at Carlisle, so that should be a very interesting game indeed. Then on the 19th, we've got our other Papa John's Trophy group match. 22nd of October, we're away at Crewe, so that should be a very interesting one. Of course, a League One fixture last season. 25th of October, we're hosting Stevenage, so it should be very good there. But on the 29th, we are hosting Gillingham, so that's our first League Two fixture against each other in a while. But of course, we faced each other last season, Gillingham, so very, very interesting stuff there. Then into November, where there's not a lot of league fixtures because it's dominated by the Cups. The weekend of the 5th or the 6th of November is the first round of the FA Cup. Again, we don't know who that is yet. On the 9th of November, we've got the next round of the Carabao Cup if we get there. On the 12th of November, we are away at Grimsby in the league. Our first trip to Grimsby in a few years, in 5-6 years. So very, very good stuff there. Can't wait for that one. Grimsby's obviously a more local than other teams. But, it's not a complete derby, but it is more local compared to other teams. But no, it's going to be great getting to Blundell Park. Now, on the 19th of November, we are away at Colchester in Essex. So, again, a very interesting team there. Then on the weekend of the 26th and 27th of November, we've got the round 2 of the FA Cup if we get there. Then on the 30th, to round off November, we've got the Papa John's Trophy next round. So, if we get there. So, obviously, there's only 2 league fixtures, 2 FA Cup fixtures if we get to both of them, a Carabao Cup game if we get there, and a Papa John's Trophy knockout match if we get there. Then into December, the winter months. We've got on the 3rd of December, we are hosting Walsall. Of course, Michael Flynn, very astute EFL manager, very good purchase by Walsall, under new owners. Walsall seem like they're on the rise. I was speaking to Simon from Walsall Fan TV privately on message, and it seems like, and I've seen his content as well this season so far. It seems like Walsall really are going in the right direction. On the 10th of December, they are away at Newport County. So we're going to Wales on the 10th of December, which should be pretty interesting. Then we've got another Papa John's Trophy knockout match on the 14th of December before we host Harrogate for our first ever league fixture against this team on the 17th of December at the EcoPower Stadium. Then we've got the Carabao Cup next round on the 21st of December. Then on Boxing Day, we're away at Tranmere, so that should be very good. And then on the 29th of December, we are hosting Rochdale. So again, the reverse fixture of the Rochdale game. Then January, New Year's Day, we are hosting Carlisle on New Year's Day. And then on the 7th of January, we're away at Leyton Orient. That's going to be, again, another interesting deal. I usually go on the coaches to away games, but I might actually take my own transport to Leyton Orient for that game, just so I can speak to Richie Wellens, before the rest of our squad arrive. On the 11th, there's two fixtures actually on the 11th. The next round of the Carabao Cup if we get there, and the next round of the Papa John's Trophy if we get there. So I'm sure there will be a movement in fixtures depending on what happens. On the 14th, we're away at Crawley. So again, that should be a very interesting trip down to Wessex, I believe it is. 21st of January, we're hosting Tranmere. So our Boxing Day fixture reversed. Then on the 25th, we've got the next round of the Carabao Cup after that, if we get there. And then the 28th of January, we're away at Mansfield for a derby. So very good there. February the 1st, again, two fixtures clashing with each other. Carabao Cup next round and the Papa John's Trophy next round. So again, it should be interesting to see what happens there. I believe that's the semi-final of the Carabao Cup at that stage. Then on the 4th, we're hosting Hartlepool in February. On the 11th, we're away at Swindon. On the 14th, we're hosting Barrow. On the 18th, we're away at Sutton. On the 25th, we're hosting Bradford. And on the 26th is the Carabao Cup final. So they'll probably reschedule the Bradford City game if we get to the Carabao Cup final, which is very, very unlikely. So we'll probably play that Bradford game on the 25th. Then on March the 4th, we are away at Stockport. On the 11th, we are hosting AFC Wimbledon. On the 18th, we're away at Salford. Then it's the Papa John's Trophy final the day after. So and it's a big if we get there to the Papa John's Trophy final at Wembley, they'll move the Salford game. And then on the 25th, to round off March, we've got Northampton Town. Then after all the cups, obviously the FA Cup excluded because we don't know what's happening with the next rounds of that. But obviously, it's going to be very, very hard to get past the 4th or 5th round with that. So yeah, it's going to be very hard to get past that 5th round at least, 4th, 5th round for a club like ours. So I wouldn't expect any FA Cup games to be going past round 3 or 4. But if we can get to round 5, then that would be even better. So then in like I said, with March, we've got done March. So let's go to April. So April and May is fully focused on the leagues. On the 1st, we've got Crewe Alexandra at home. On the 7th, we're away at Gillingham. On the 10th, we are hosting Grimsby. On the 15th, we're away at Harrogate. On the 18th, we're away at Stevenage. On the 22nd, we're hosting Newport. On the 29th, we're hosting Colchester on our final home game. And then our final game of the season is on the 6th of May when we go away to Walsall. That should be very, very interesting because that could potentially be a promotion deciding match. With how tight the league could be this year, this could be one of the matches in that promotion race. That could be one of the promotion race matches. And it could be a case of we win, we're up. If Walsall win, they're up. It could literally be a case of that. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. But comment down below what your thoughts are on the upcoming league games. What are you most excited about? The draw is on the Sky Sports Football YouTube channel. And it's also on Sky Sports itself. So stay tuned on TV and also on streaming platforms. I mean, it'd be great to meet up with Mike if he's up for it on the first home match. Obviously, we're hosting Sutton, which is our first ever league game against those guys. Barrow away on a Tuesday. I know. I just tweeted today. I'm getting ready to get my sleeping patterns back on form because I really don't know. I really am going to struggle with sleeping patterns when it comes to Barrow on a Tuesday night. Afternoon, Nat, Sheffield Wednesday fan. How are you feeling about your new signings? Michael Smith and Michael Ihikwe from Rotherham, two of Rotherham's biggest stars going into the Championship, drop back down to League One to play with under Darren Moore. It's great pulling power by Darren Moore. You've got to admit it. Really good playing power, pushing power by Darren Moore. So. But there we go. But yes, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting to see how we're gonna do this season. Like I said, it's gonna be. I'd like to see us go for that promotion. If we get promotion, it'll be awesome, absolutely. Because I think, if anything, people like Gary McSheffrey, people like James Coppinger, people like Steve Eyre, people like all the coaches involved, Ian Bennett, Stephen Andes, who was part of that last 6 months trying to steer the ship and try and make it as less comfortable as it was. Fair play to them, and they would deserve it. They would overall deserve it. And then the big test will be back in League One. What does the new structure do in terms of investment and recruitment the next summer if we're back in League One? What do we do from there? Do we keep investing like we have been doing and keep bringing in the right players and go forward and try and aim to get back in that top 6 in League One in the future to try and get back into the Championship? Or, and this is the big one, if we get back in League One, but then they draw back on the exciting investment and the exciting recruitment, and they bring in players that don't deserve to play in a Rovers shirt and just be happy just to stay in mid-table League One, that for me is not ambition. So if they keep doing what they're doing, if we're back in League One next season, I'll have no problems with it. We're definitely making the right steps. It definitely feels like something's different with the club. So that can only be a good thing. Over the moon with them both, absolutely. The pressure is on more this season now. Absolutely. If he bottles promotion, he's going to get sacked. I know he's going to get sacked. That's great, Charles. Mike's very happy to meet you. Absolutely not a problem. I'll be meeting everyone on the first day of the season, home and away. So if you're there traveling with us to Bradford, watch out for me because I'm going to be there with you guys on 30th of July for the first away game of the season. So I cannot wait. I'll be on the coaches for the pre-season games as well. United of Manchester, Nuneaton Borough, Spennymoor Town. I will be there. As it stands, I will be there. I've got 3 of the games sorted. I have got 3 of the games sorted, and you guys will have seen it already. I've got Armthorpe sorted, Rotherham sorted, and Huddersfield sorted. So looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to get my haircut once this is done as well. So looking forward to that. But there we go. But yes, I am. We're getting closer and closer to draw. We're 13 minutes away now. So really looking forward to it. Cannot wait to see what happens. Like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see who we get, see who was officially in the draw for this one. And we'll see what happens. But guys, StreamYard link's in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. It is in the description. Let me just hang on a sec. StreamYard link's in there as well. I'll put it in the chat now. So if you do want to come on and share your thoughts on the league fixtures, and our Papa John's Trophy group, what's your predictions for the Carabao Cup draw, which I need to share in a couple of minutes. If you've got any of that, any thoughts on new signings, what we need next in the window, anything at all, use the StreamYard link, get in the chat, and get backstage, and we'll bring you on one by one just before the draw happens. I would have liked to have had a guest on from an ex-Rovers. I mean, we were going to bring on AJ Greaves, but he's busy today, so it's a shame, really. But these things happen. But yeah, we could have got AJ Greaves on the show today, but things happen. But yeah, I'm going to try and find a guest for this cup draw. Like I said, Max is on his way back. He's a Hull fan, so it'll probably be Max. But if there's any more people, then that's even better. Nice that, Shell. Yeah, you know what? In terms of league fixtures, I like that we've got a tough start. I like it. I would argue 4, 5, or maybe all 6 of the first 6 games of the season are promotion contenders. Salford have a new manager. They could be around that top 8. Sutton, they were in the I think they just missed out on the playoffs on the last day of the season, so they'll want to be up there again. Northampton, promotion contenders. Bradford, definite promotion contenders. Stockport, definitely promotion contenders. So yeah, I for me, that's where I stand anyway. I mean, you're only going to look at those first fixtures: Bradford, Sutton, Wimbledon, Stockport, Salford, Northampton. All of them promotion contenders. Wimbledon will want to be up there again. Bradford will want to be up. Sutton will be around there again. Stockport, Salford, Northampton. And then you even look at the game after that. It's not even just the first 6 games. You have to look at the first 7 games because Mansfield's the 7th game, and they'll be up there. Tranmere, says Andrew, yeah, they'll be up there. I'm just looking at the first 6, 7 games. I'm not saying Tranmere won't be up there, but because Tranmere will be in that promotion race. Like I said, there's about 10, 12 teams that could be in that promotion race this season. So, including us, it'll be the 4 relegated teams from League One, including us. Sutton will be up there, Salford, Tranmere, Stockport, Bradford. They'll all be up there, in my opinion. But I'm looking at the starting fixtures, the first 6-7 games, all against promotion contenders. So 6 or 7 out of the 10 to 12 promotion contenders are the first games we've got this season. That will put McSheffrey under the best amount of pressure possible to give him the best possible outcome. This will be a really good opportunity for Gary McSheffrey to be tested with his brand new recruits, exciting batch of new recruits, brilliant signings this window. Let's test them against fellow promotion contenders. Let's test it. That's the best way. And then if you think about it, getting most of our promotion contenders out of the way, focus on the easier games. Well, if we pick up, let's say out of the first 7 games, we win 5. We win 5 or win 4 or 5, maybe draw 1 and maybe lose 1 or 2. But for me, I think the best start we could make is trying to win all 7. Trying to win all 6 or 7. It'd be nice, but I don't think it'll happen. So I think I would be happy if we won 4 or 5 out of 7 out of the first 7. That would be a great start for me, and that would be a true test of McSheffrey's learning experience as a manager. Will be the first time Donny away for me. Can't wait. Well, I hope that the Barnsley Papa John's Trophy Group match is actually away. How do you think Stockport County will do this season, Jake? First of all, I give my massive congratulations to Stockport County because you guys have done bloody well. You've done bloody well. And I'm going to go out and say it. I think you'll finish in the top 8 this year. For me, honestly, perfectly, honestly, I think there is 10 to 12. I think if I was to say how many teams were in the promotion race this season, there'd be about 10 or 11. And I think Stockport will be one of them. Wimbledon, Gillingham, Crewe, us, Bradford, Walsall, Stockport, Sutton, Salford, Tranmere, and then maybe Barrow as a surprise package. That would be my top 11 for a promotion chase. I would have said Crawley, but I don't know. I don't really trust their ownership as much. And nothing against their manager, but I don't really believe they've got an opportunity, really. Time is kit reveal. 7, I think 7:30. I'll be at the kit launch to take some footage, so don't you worry. There will be a vlog from today coming up because I did a lot of stuff today. There's something coming up tomorrow in the East Anglian Daily Times, so stay tuned for that. Crewe won't be up there, I don't think, to be honest. Well, that's fair enough. I think they're still rebuilding, to be fair. Northampton, yeah, that would be the 12th team. If I were to pick a 12th team, it would be Northampton. Hull versus Bristol, first day of the season, but can't go because I'll be working. Fuming, this is my first season as a member, maybe. Fair enough. We've got Connor Lockton. Connor, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Are you a Rovers supporter? Please remind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking then? Top 6 or 7 promotion contenders in the first 6 or 7 games. If McSheffrey needed a testing start to prove the pressure as a manager, this is what you get.
Yeah, it will be a tough season, but if we get promotion from our first season in League Two, we'll probably get a good few players coming to us next year. Probably from Championship, could get a few Prem players as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've only got to look at the signings this season already. Luke Molyneux, chased by Barnsley, chased by Derby. There was interest apparently from Blackpool, and we've got him ahead of that Championship and League One and League Two interest. We've got him. And then George Miller had interest reportedly from Stockport and Bradford. We've got Miller. And then Biggins, a good box-to-box midfielder. I was surprised, actually. I wasn't more interested in Biggins. When you look at the signs we're making this year, and you look at what the club's doing by bringing in Ian Bennett from Middlesbrough as a goalkeeping coach, as a senior goalkeeping coach from Middlesbrough in the Championship, when you see other people being brought in, do you have to look at Coventry as a head of football and thinking, this guy's doing it for the fans. He's doing it. He's changing the club.
You've got to look at him for doing that because many people think Coventry won't come back and out, but since he's come back and made this many signings in the few months that we've been in Rovers, he's just doing too much. What I think so far.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not all going to come from Coppinger. If he's going to do all this work, he's got to have the funds and the facilities to back it up. So I think we do have to praise the board for giving Cops exactly what he wants. And I did say it for months. If the board don't back Coppinger, they'll shoot themselves in the foot. So we have to praise the board for doing the only thing they could do, which is back James Coppinger.
Yeah. Main thing I'm surprised with is that Barlow's kept his contract. He's actually signed on.
He's got a year to prove himself now. He's got Tommy Rowe to contend with. He might have another winger to contend with on loan. So Barlow's got a real chance to prove himself now. He's just got to prove himself.
It'd be tough for some of them because we're signing so many players. It'd be a battle for everyone. Even for Mitchell to stay in net, could be a battle for him.
If Jones improves and Bottomley comes through as a bit of a prospect, and a U-turn, then I think it would be tough for even Jonathan Mitchell. Depends how people progress. It seems like the goalkeepers, especially. I saw what they've said about Ian Bennett. He's immediately made an impression on Jones, on Bottomley, on Mitchell, on the academy. He's immediately made an impression. And then you look at the outgoings. We know McSheffrey's confirmed today that there is one club interested in Hawula. There's one club that's called about Hawula. There's been no official report on Dodu yet. Seems like they're the two players we could be moving out.
Yeah. I think Hawula needs to go because he didn't do enough last season. Dodu did well, scored a few, but he scored 3, what I know of, in season.
I think the main thing was I think the main thing for me about Hawula was his attitude. I mean, Fleetwood, 70th minute, bad touch and tantrums rather than goes and gets the ball. We don't need players like that. Either improve your attitude or get out the door. It's as simple as that. In terms of our Carabao Cup draw, then, who are we predicting then, in your opinion? I'm going to go through my predictions in a little bit, but what's your prediction? And we can't get older.
I think we'll probably get. I think we might get Fleetwood.
Okay. Why Fleetwood?
Because I think Fleetwood, they're a good team, but if we get Fleetwood, then we can prove to other people in League One, like, this is why we're coming back better and stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And overall, then, I mean, there's a comment here from now, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Predictions for Donny this season. What's your prediction at this stage, and what could your prediction be by the end of our transfer business? What's your prediction at this stage, first of all?
I think we'll probably be second by a point.
Oh, who do you think's going to get the title then? If we're going to finish second,
I think it could be Walsall, but literally just Clippers at last game.
It wouldn't surprise me. New owners brought in a lot of good players now, and they've got Michael Flynn, who's a proven manager that can prove himself in League One, and Walsall are deserving of a chance to go back there. I mean, it's going to be tough though this season, isn't it? 'Cause you've got Bradford, you've got Stockport up there now, you've got Northampton wanting another crack. You've got Sutton that want to go back up there. You've got Salford under a new manager. You've got the rest of the relegated teams, Gillingham, Crewe, Wimbledon, that could have a chance of getting back up there as well. It's going to be, I think we're expecting Barrow, surprise package under Pete Wild. It's going to be a very tight league this year.
It will be very tight, but even if we get second, we'll still get promotion. I don't think we'll get title. I think we could get promotion up there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind the title because it'd be nice to have our first trophy since 2013. It'd be nice to have a brand new trophy in the cabinet, but I can see why. I mean, I'm almost tempted to say, let's give ourselves a playoff final victory at Wembley to give us a trophy. But if we get automatically promoted, I'm not complaining at all because at the end of the day, it's automatic promotion. So I personally want the title, but I don't think we'll get it. But that's just me anyway. Plymouth v Exeter in the first round of the Carabao Cup. That'll be a fab draw, says Mark. mate, a derby like that for Plymouth and Exeter for the first round, that would be great. In terms of Carabao Cup, then obviously you said Fleetwood. To be honest with you, I've actually gone for an away trip to West Brom. And the reason why I've gone for an away trip to West Brom is because they've got Steve Bruce. We just lost 3-2 to his Newcastle side this time last pre-season. We can beat a Steve Bruce team. If with the football that we're scheduled to play, I mean, you look at the theme of the signings, and I've said this in the videos, look at the theme of the signings we're bringing in. High energy, high offensive, high press, always on the opposition, swarming around them for 90 minutes, high energy, high work rate, don't stop running, play every week for the badge 100%. That, for me, would break down any Steve Bruce team when they're just playing sideways, backwards, and humping it long ball.
It would.
That's why I want from away, because I think it's also a trip to the Hawthorns.
Yeah. Another good one we could get, what I think would be a crazy match, would be Rotherham for that derby.
Rotherham United. That would be a good one. I'm not going to lie to you, that would be a good one.
Even though the beat isn't league, that we've got better play, that we're signing more players in, we could change that score.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like we said, going back to signings, it's been a very exciting piece of business, this recruitment. And, you know, it's not even done. We're still maybe 2 permanent signings and a couple of loanees away from having a full squad. Move a couple out, I think move 1 or 2 out permanently, loan out a couple of youngsters like Ravenhill, Faulkner, Bottomley, loan them out. Sell Hawula to the interested party, and then maybe Dudu as well. But I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't stay. If Dudu didn't stay, I wouldn't be shocked if Dudu stayed. I'd be more happy getting rid of Hawula than Dudu. I wouldn't mind getting rid of both of them, but if I had to choose between one, I'd rather get rid of Hawula than Dudu because I think we can still play him on that right hand side if push comes to shove. So move Hawula out at the very least. Maybe Dudu out as well. Bring in a couple more permanents, couple of loanees. That's our squad. That's our squad. That's our 26, 27-man squad for the season. And we'll have a lot. And I wanted to ask you this. Isn't it refreshing to have a squad of about 21 going into a transfer window rather than a squad of 15?
Yeah, because then you can have a look at more positions what you need to adapt on. If you got 15, then you're like, well, we need a lot. If you've got 21, then you can think like, we can get a few from each position.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it's this. Weirdly enough, it's the worst squad that we saw in our lifetime a while back, and yet we don't need to completely rebuild it this time. It's just bring in a few, get rid of 1 or 2, and then we'll have and put some fitness back into the squad, and some balls back into the squad, and we have a good squad then.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
There's only one person who I think should definitely keep the top. And that's Jonathan Mitchell from that last game, home game at season, that penalty save. That's why I think he should keep it.
I think, to be honest, even with Jones's new 12-month extension, I'd be giving the number 1 shirt to Jonathan Mitchell. 100% giving the number 1 shirt to Mitchell. Once they announce squad numbers, I would be giving Mitchell the number 1 shirt. Me personally.
He deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor, I'll let you go and watch the Carabao Cup draw. I will see you in a bit, mate. If you want to call back in after the draw and get your thoughts on it, then that'd be wonderful. And we'll see you in a bit.
See you.
So there we are. That was Connor. I will go through some comments. So the first draw, the North section, I believe that's ours. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe ours is the North section. So just drawn Blackburn, and it'll be Blackburn against Hartlepool. Harrogate Town versus Stockport County, their return to the EFL Cup. So the next draw, the next one, number 6. I think we're ball number 12. Bolton Wanderers. Okay, Bolton Wanderers. I will put all of the fixtures in the chat so you guys will know. 27, Salford City. Okay. Okie dokie. Make sure you keep commenting and reacting down below to all of these draws, by the way. So we've got the first three in there. Blackburn, Hartlepool, Harrogate, Stockport, Bolton, Salford. Number 22 has been drawn. That is Morecambe. Morecambe. And they will be hosting number 32, which is Stoke City. A team that knocked us out last year in the Carabao Cup. So very interesting there. Number 5 has been drawn. That is Blackpool, who will be travelling to the seaside. Number 3, Barrow will make the trip to the Blackpool coast. Next up, number 35, which is West Brom. This is the team that I wanted. But we're not getting them. Instead, Sheffield United will be getting them. So that'll probably be guaranteed to be on television. That'll probably be a television clash. Next up, number 29. So number 29 is Sheffield Wednesday. And they will be hosting at Hillsborough number 33. So number 33 is Sunderland, a repeat of the League One playoff semi-final from this season just gone. Next up, number 14, and that is Grimsby Town. Do we have an earlier return to that stadium? No, we don't. It'll be Crewe Alexandra travelling to Grimsby. Next up, number 20, and that is Mansfield Town. If we get drawn against Mansfield Town again, I swear to God, in a cup competition. Number 11, we were one ball off. Derby County will be travelling to Mansfield. Steve Bruce Derby. Number 1 has been drawn. Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. Accrington Stanley versus number 34, which is Tranmere Rovers. Next up, number 21. That is Middlesbrough, who will be travelling to the Riverside. Number 2 will be travelling to the Riverside, and that is Barnsley. Barnsley fans, what do you think about that? Comment down below. Middlesbrough Barnsley used to be a championship side. Number 7 has been drawn, and that is Bradford. Are we going to draw Bradford City again? Are we going to face them just after the league fixture? No, we're not. No, we are not. It is Hull City going to Bradford City. So a chance for Hull City to get one over on Mark Hughes. Next up, number 25 has been drawn, and that is Rochdale. Why do I have a feeling we'll face a team like Rochdale in this competition in round 1? But it's not going to be Rochdale exactly. It'll be Burton Albion travelling to Rochdale. Next up, us! We're hosting! Right. Who are we facing? Number 19, which is Lincoln City. We've got Lincoln. Good old Lincoln. That should be interesting. Number 17, Huddersfield. And they'll host Preston North End. So we've got Lincoln from League One. Hopefully, try and get 3 points. 3 points to the progression. Shrewsbury Town next, number 30. Shrewsbury Town. And they will be hosting number 9, Carlisle United. I believe it's a trek for the Carlisle fans. So, very interesting there. Number 23, Port Vale just came back up to League One this season. And they'll be hosting number 26, Rotherham United. Just came up to the Championship. So it's a battle of the promoted sides. Next up, number 13, Fleetwood Town. and they will be taking on Wigan Athletic. And that is the North section. So let me go through the North section fixtures with you once again. Blackburn Rovers will take on Hartlepool United. Harrogate Town will take on Stockport County. Bolton Wanderers versus Salford City. Morecambe versus Stoke City. Blackpool versus Barrow. West Brom versus Sheffield United. Sheffield Wednesday versus Sunderland. Grimsby Town versus Crewe Alexandra. Mansfield versus Derby. Accrington versus Tranmere. Middlesbrough Barnsley. Bradford Hull. Rochdale Burton. Doncaster against Lincoln. Huddersfield versus Preston North End. Shrewsbury Town versus Carlisle United. Port Vale versus Rotherham United. And Fleetwood Town against Wigan Athletic. So that is your North section ties. They're going to get ready for the South draw now because they're doing it in sections to start off with. Excuse me. So they're going to be starting off. They started off with the North section, then they'll move into the South section. That'll be how it will work. Well, that's how it works. So yeah, that is how it's going to work, or it's scheduled to work. As soon as the Carabao Cup official Twitter site posts the actual pictures of the fixtures, then I'll get it up on screen for you one by one. So stay tuned for that. So the South section draw is coming up. But comment down below, guys. What are you thinking about this draw so far? Comment down below. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Are you a Barnsley fan? Are you a Hull fan? I see some Hull fans. Are you a Bradford fan? Are you a Sheffield Wednesday fan? What are you thinking about this draw? Us against Lincoln? Not going to lie to you. It's going to be interesting. You know, Lincoln's got their new manager. We're facing them in the Papa John's Trophy anyway. So it should be interesting. At least we've got Lincoln in a decent cup competition now. Sorry, Barnsley. Sorry, Newcastle. But no, if we play the right way and play the football we know we're going to do this season, then we'll do them over. Fingers crossed. I don't think Lincoln have made some good signings this season, but we'll see what they do going forward. So the South section is underway with number 22, and that is Norwich City. So Norwich starts this side of the draw, and they'll be hosting number 2 at Garrow Road, Birmingham City. Under all sorts of pressure on and off the pitch, indeed. Next up, for the South section, number 10, Coventry City. And they'll be hosting at the Ricoh Arena, don't forget. Number 3, Bristol City, of course, managed by the legendary English manager, Nigel Pearson. I will go through all your comments, by the way, after the South draw's finished, before we sort of wrap things up. Northampton Town. Of course, we've got them in a league fixture coming up during the first 6-7 games of the season, so I'm looking forward to that. And they're hosting number 34, Wycombe Wanderers at Sixfields. This was a League One fixture at one time, so it is now a cup draw. Number 6, next in the sort of South section of the draw, it is Cardiff City. Cardiff City. And who's going to Wales? It will be number 26, Portsmouth. Managed, of course, by Danny Cowley, who just signed Cardiff's former player, Marlon Pack. It's the Marlon Pack derby in Wales. Cheltenham Athletic, number 7. And they will be hosting number 27, which is Queen's Park Rangers. That is your next draw. Next up, we got number 11. And this is Crawley Town, of course, managed by the former Arsenal Academy boss, Kevin Betsy. They will host number 4, Bristol Rovers, newly promoted to back to League One after that amazing 7-0 victory over relegated Scunthorpe. Next up, number 33. This is Walsall, of course, one of the favourites for promotion and possibly even the title in this season's League Two, along with us. And they'll host number 32, Swindon Town, a full League Two clash going on at the Bank Stadium. Number 15, we've got Ipswich Town, managed by the former United coach, Kieran McKenna, who worked with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They will host number 9, Colchester United from Essex at Portman Road. So a very good tie there for Ipswich. Colchester will want to bring it. Number 17, Luton Town just missed out on a place at Wembley to get into the Premier League last season. They will be hosting number 20, Newport County. Newport County going to Luton. Reading next up. And they will host number 29, Stevenage. Okay, interesting there. Championship against League Two. Reading in a spot of bother, losing their best players, and they've kept Paul Ince on as manager. Not saying Paul Ince is a bad manager, but it seems like they're in a bit of financial trouble, Reading. Right, Plymouth Argyle just missed out on the League One playoffs last season on the final day. They will host newly relegated to League One, Peterborough United, back down there and managed by our former boss, Grant McKim. Number 1, AFC Wimbledon will be there during the first few games of the season, away from home, of course. And then they will host Gillingham, another complete League Two clash. I'm not going to lie, I cannot wait to see the scaffolding stand this season at Gillingham. Number 8, Cheltenham Town. They thrashed us 4-0 last season. We don't really want to be reminded of that. Of course, they're looking for a new manager after Michael Duff went to Barnsley. And they will host newly promoted Exeter City. So last season, this would have been a League One versus League Two clash. This is an official League One all clash. Number 19, MK Dons. Just missed out on a spot at Wembley in the League One playoffs. They will host Sutton United, new boys to the Football League last season, and they just missed out on the playoffs on the final day of the season. Number 13, we have Forest Green Rovers, newly managed by Ian Birchall from Notts County after Rob Edwards went to Watford. Very controversial move because of how it was done. They will host Richie Wellens' Leyton Orient, who will probably be challenging for promotion just like us. Number 5, Cambridge United. Cambridge United, of course, they'll want to keep building on that great finish last season, the high mid-tables. They're hosting Millwall. They are hosting Millwall, a side that just missed out on the playoffs and the championship last season on the final day. Number 23, Oxford United under Carl Robinson. They've been trying to get promotion to the championship for a good few years now, just not been able to do it yet. They will host Swansea, so the Welsh are coming to Oxford. Of course, that was our last League One stadium for at least 12 months. And that is the last draw. So let's go. I'm going to try and get the Carabao Cup official graphics, should we say? What should we call them? I mean, obviously, I'm going to share more thoughts about our draw, about us getting Lincoln and, things like that. But this is the official draw. I will just save these pictures. CC1. Oh, wrong move. And then CC2 for the North. So I will show both of them on your screen. The StreamYard link is in the chat once again, just for final callers. So if you do want to call in and have your say on the draw, then you can do. But let's go and get these cup draws. Let's bring them up. And let's start with the North. Let's start with the one we know about, which we've already gone through. So, we've got Norwich. Hang on a sec. Before we do any of that, I'm going to take my Chelsea Sport badge off because it's covering the Papa John's Carabao Cup logo. So, let's start with the North. Blackburn versus Hartlepool. Harrogate versus Stockport, Bolton versus Salford, Morecambe hosting Stoke, Blackpool Barrow, West Brom Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday Sunderland, Grimsby Crew, Mansfield Derby, Accrington Tranmere, Middlesbrough Barnsley, Bradford Hull, Rochdale Burton, Donny Lincoln, Huddersfield Preston, Shrewsbury Carlisle, Port Vale Rotherham, and Fleetwood Wigan. So obviously on paper, one of the big things you'll see is there's a lot of big teams versus big teams, as people have said in the comments already. West Brom Sheffield United being one of them, Sheffield Wednesday Sunderland, Middlesbrough Barnsley, technically. Huddersfield Preston, another all-championship tie. Port Vale Rotherham should be a good clash. I think Morecambe Stoke should be interesting. Stoke obviously want to try and do well in the championship this year, but obviously you got Morecambe who just survived and will want to try and get back to where they were and build on survival from League One. It's a club that's never been relegated, by the way, so Morecambe will be up for it again this year. Derby, who have 5 senior players in contract going into this season, along with 2 extra people with 1-year extension options, away at Mansfield. We are hosting Lincoln. Now, overall, I would say that's a pretty good tie for us. Like I said, they're under a new manager. They've brought in some good signings so far. But I think there's a certain something about our group this season. I think there's got this certain something that will help us get through. And don't forget, this time a couple of seasons ago, we had Blackburn. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this particular one. We had Walsall last year as well. We got through that on penalties. So if we can beat Blackburn 2 years before and get through Walsall on penalties last season, I'm sure we could try our best to get through Lincoln. Now, the South. Norwich Birmingham, Coventry Bristol, Northampton Wickham, Cardiff versus Portsmouth, Charlton Queen's Park Rangers, Crawley Bristol Rovers, Walsall Swindon, Ipswich Colchester, Luton Newport, Reading Stevenage, Plymouth Peterborough, Wimbledon Gillingham, Cheltenham Exeter, MK Dons Sutton, Forest Green Leyton Orient, Cambridge Millwall, and Oxford United Swansea City. So again, some standout ties in this particular one. Norwich Birmingham obviously being a former Premier League fixture once upon a time. If you remember that one. Cardiff Portsmouth, the Marlon Pack derby. Marlon Pack just signed for Pompey from Cardiff. This is the Marlon Pack derby. Let's see if he plays against his former team in that game. Charlton QPR, a London game, a proper all-round London fixture. Walsall will be going for the League Two title. Swindon will be going for promotion under Scott Lindsay as manager now. Ipswich and Kieran McKenna start off against Colchester. Luton have a trip visit from the Welshmen in Newport. Stevenage go to Reading to try and cause an upset. I think Stevenage looked good this season with the signs they brought in, with the kind of football they want to play under Steve Evans. And, Reading are really going to be under the thumb this season. So it could be up for an upset, this one. Cheltenham Exeter, again, potential upset on the cards maybe, with Exeter going through, but technically not an upset because they're in the same league as each other now. Forest Green, Leyton Orient, again, should be a very interesting fixture. Sutton travelling to MK Dons could be an upset there maybe. Oxford Swansea, again, maybe Oxford do the upset and get rid of Swansea on their home turf. Cambridge Millwall, again, another tie that, in my opinion, could be a potentially big one. So that is the draw. Charlotte Rovers got good vibes. Just hope we get a good kit this season, buddy, to add to our eye-catching signings. Absolutely. I will be at the kit launch tonight, so I'll be taking some footage for you guys. Big sides have been drawn against each other in the Northern section. Absolutely. Happy with the Sunderland tie. Should be a cracker, says Nat, who's a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Steve Evans, good managers. Let's speak against Connor. Connor, we've got Lincoln at our ground. At least not having trouble this time.
That'd be a very good game, that, for the first opening game. Lincoln.
Game, yeah. I mean, think of it this way. We're going from Bradford on the opening day of League Two, and then we're going to we've got the Sutton game at home, and then I believe it's our Carabao Cup game, which I'll just double check the fixture list because I think I've still got it written down. So basically, we've got Bradford away, Sutton at home in the league, and then it will be in 4 days' time, it will be our Carabao Cup tie against Lincoln City at home. I mean, now we've got the Lincoln Cup tie to think about, as well as the opening 6-7 games in League Two against 6-7 promotion contenders. I mean, the pressure's really on now. This makes it an even tougher start because we've now got a side above us in the Cup.
But all I'd be thinking is that even though Lincoln are above them, all I'd probably thinking is, well, let's go out and just play football. Just do what we can.
I mean, it depends on the priority of the cups. Does Gary McSheffrey believe the Carabao Cup is a priority or some kind of cup run is a priority this season over just trying to go for the promotion, automatic promotion back to League One? Is the goal just promotion to League One and screw what happens in the cup competitions? Or, is McSheffrey wanting to get a good cup run together, either Carabao or Afc Cup?
I think he'll definitely go after the title the most for promotion. But I think for cups he'll probably say all I say to him is just go out and play football.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll want cup runs yet until at least we get back to League One.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I mean, like I said, if we can get to round 3 or 4 in the Carabao, depending on the draw, or maybe round 5 if possible, and then maybe try and get to round 4 in the FA Cup, that would be still a good cup run. That'd still be a decent good. Again, it depends on the draw, though, because if we get non-league teams between round 1 of the FA Cup and the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, then we've got a pretty good chance of getting quite far in the FA Cup on paper. But then again, with the Carabao Cup, depending on the draw, I think the furthest we've gone in the Carabao Cup is the quarterfinals. So if we can get similar to that stage or around round 5, round 4, then that wouldn't be too bad in a promotion season.
All I'm thinking is if Rovers play good in Cup and we get into the final Carabao Cup, think of the atmosphere, how many people would be turning up to Wembley just to go and watch that game.
If we can get to, if we got to the Papa John's Trophy final, I'd still go to Wembley because it's a chance to win a trophy. But if we get to the final, even if we get to the quarters or the semis of the Carabao Cup, that would be a remarkable achievement for the club.
Especially because it gives some of the players a bit more experience who we've just brought in.
I'd like to see us draw at least one big team in one of the cup competitions or both the cup competitions. I'd like to see us draw one of the Premier League teams in at least one competition this season, just to give us a real test.
Yeah, it will give the players a test, especially for a Premier League team. The team I would want to pull would probably be Arsenal.
Because we narrowly nearly beat them on a couple of occasions in cup competitions. We lost 1-0 in the Carabao Cup a few years back. Before that, we lost on penalties because Mike Dean played an extra minute than he should have done in 2005 in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, which was the furthest that we got in that competition when it was known as the Football League Trophy and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's why I want to play him for that reason.
Third time's the charm, and batter Arsenal or try and beat Arsenal.
Yeah. But if we get to the final, we could get the likes of Man City, Liverpool. Yeah. Liverpool won it last season.
Again, this would be where the demolishment comes in. Because if we got to the quarterfinals or the semi-final of the Carabao Cup and we come up against Liverpool, they're going to look at us not as an easy ride. They're going to look at us and think, they can't have not got here for no reason. They're here for a reason. Let's put out one of our stronger teams and let's give them a good game. So
what they might do is they might put a weak team out first in the first half,
and then both on the bench.
Then second half, fetching like Mane, Salah,
Nunes, that kind of thing.
Nunes, Jota, fetch them big names on.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool could approach it. If we drew a team like Liverpool or City or United or someone like that, then they could do that, where they just put a weakened team out and then make it. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if they put out a weakened team and we were 2-3-0 up with the football that we're starting to play now,
they'll definitely fetch big names on.
They'll start fetching the big names on, unless they don't think that cup means a lot to them. If they were going for a quadruple or a treble, then maybe, but if they were just going for the league as well as this current competition, they might just focus on the league. I don't know. It's hard to process, especially at round 1.
Yeah, but for Liverpool last season, Klopp come out and said he don't want to try and win FA Cup. He's just going to put a team out and say play football. But he got to the final and he won it. So if we just play football like we're going to, we will definitely get a good run in league and plus both cups.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Connor, mate, thank you very, very much for coming on the show today, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in pre-season, hopefully.
Yeah.
Brilliant to see Connor on the show there. Max, you can come on if you want. StreamYard link is pinned at the top of the chat. I'll put it in the chat again for you guys. Like I said, we'll try and get some final callers on. Try and get Max's thoughts on his draw. He's going to Valley Parade. He's got Bradford. We've got Lincoln at our ground, so should be interesting. I've just edited my fixture list. We now officially have Lincoln as the first Carabao Cup game. The Papa John's games, they'll be decided officially at a later date. And by the way, the stream's past an hour, so I'm loving the fact that you guys are still here, still supporting the stream, even after the draw. So cannot wait. So yeah, I am really, really interested to see what everyone's thinking. If you're a supporter of a different club, what are you thinking going into this year's cup competition? You know, how far do you think you're going to get, or how far do you want to go and get? Obviously, every fan's dream for any club is to win the competition, but realistically, how far do you think you'll get? I think with the football we want to play now, and I think with the style of football we want to play, and with the players we're bringing in at the moment, if we bring a couple more in that are top quality players, I think we'll have a good chance of maybe getting to round 4, maybe even round 5 of the Carabao Cup. Again, it depends on the draw. It's hard to predict at this stage because you really don't know at this stage who you're going to get in future draws if you get through future rounds. So it's very hard to predict at this very early stage. But I'd like to get to round 4 or 5. Now, bit of history for you. This is the first time we've landed a home draw in the first round of the Carabao Cup in 6 years. 6 years. Not 5, 6. Not 3, 6. Not 1, 6. It wasn't last season, it was 6. That's history. That is pure history. In fact, I'm going to type in the season when we last had that. When we last had an opening draw in the League Cup. From what I understand, unless there's any more, hang on a second. Hosted Nottingham Forest 2-1, lost in the first round in 16-17. 17-18. Away at Bradford. 18-19. Away at Scunthorpe. So yeah, it was the 16-17 season when we last hosted an opening round of the EFL Cup. Wow. So it's been 6 years. So the last one we lost 2-1 to Nottingham Forest. Mandeville scored in the 69th minute. Vaughan scored before that in the 11th minute. And then there was a 91st minute winner from Ward. I'm just going to have the report up. So I'm going to try and share my screen just for a second. Max, I do see you backstage. I'll be 1 second. So let me just bring this up. This is the last time that we had we hosted a Carabao Cup fixture on round 1. Donny 1, Nottingham Forest 2. Injury time winner from Jamie Ward. Let's have a look at the lineups the last time we hosted it. So we played a 3-5-2. Morosi, Wright, Butler, Mason, Blair, Middleton, Houghton, Rowe, Garrett, Williams, Marquise. This is in League 2, by the way. Nottingham Forest in the Championship, Henderson, Lee Shire Mills, Perquise, Traore, Burke, Cohen, Vaughan, Patterson, Ward and Velios. They had Mancien, Lansbury, Osborne, Velswick, Kasami, Ikaviti and Smith. On the bench, we had Etheridge, Calder, Lund, Mandeville, Beeston, Coppinger and Avina. So, you know, it's weird, isn't it? It really is weird. So their manager was Philippe Montagnier, and of course ours was Darren Ferguson. So you know, it was a weird time. It was a weird time. Be nice to see John Ryan back at Rovers first home game of the season. I think it'd be great to see him back. It would be great. I don't know if it'll happen though. Max is a Hull fan. Max, just before we finish the stream quickly, first of all, you're away at Bradford, one of the title challengers in League Two this year, alongside us and a lot of other teams. Mark Hughes, the manager. They've just brought in it's the Richie Smallwood derby. We've got Cardiff versus Portsmouth, it's the Marlon Pack derby, and now we've got Bradford v Hull, the Richie Smallwood derby. I still can't believe that signing. What are you thinking then going into that fixture and about your season as well?
Well, after seeing the fixtures, I'm not going to lie, we've got a pretty interesting start. Bristol City, I'm really annoyed that I can't go to that at home, but that's work. So, I mean, we start off, it's a bit of interesting fixtures because we've got probably the toughest teams to get out of the way. We've got Norwich, Burnley, West Brom, Coventry. We've got Norwich and Burnley in the same week almost, with West Brom as well. So that's going to be interesting. The fixtures are looking all right at the moment. I'm not too fussed with them. There are a couple of games which I can't go to because of work, but then again, that's what I get for working weekends. But I mean, the fixture in the cup. I care about the league more than the cup, but I mean, it should be an easy fixture really. Even with Richie, respects to Bradford and Richie Smallwood. I mean, good luck at Bradford, Richie, but hope we beat you. But I mean, I didn't even know that they signed him. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh right, I had no idea that you didn't know. I think it was announced yesterday. It was a 2-year deal.
Oh dear.
Well, has Bradford got themselves a good player?
I would say so because I think Richie Smallwood. He's not the best player. He's not the best playmaker in the world, but he does get into good spots. He is a good leader as a captain, as we've been, or he's been showing at Hull. But the Bradford City, I mean, we should be winning that. They finished 14th in the league last season on 58 points. We should be beating these, but I mean, it depends on the quality of the side and how we play on the day or night, depending on when it is. It all rides on how we're feeling towards it because Bradford City, we know they're a good side in League Two most of the time. We can get knocked out by League Two sides. Stevenage. We got knocked out on penalties by Stevenage. I was fuming. But, I mean, it happens. But, yeah, 14th in the table last season. We finished 19th in the Championship. Hopefully we can improve this season, of course. But making a lot of new signings. So, got Ozan Tufan, Adama Traore. Not that type of Traore. I'm sure everyone will know.
Jean-Michel Seri is about to be confirmed at some point as well.
Seri is also one of them. I don't know whether he's actually been finalised yet.
It's not been officially announced. It's not been officially announced, but I know from Hull City journalists that it is done. It's done. It's just waiting to be announced now.
He done it!
That's what money talks. Money talks. The new owners seem to be talking a lot with their cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a tough set of business for us, really. But I mean, we were linked with Mesut Ozil as well. So I mean, we're obviously spreading the message to Turkey. So we're going places. So hopefully we can get something from this season. If we don't, that's fine. But I mean, the Carabao Cup. I mean, first round draw. I'm happy with Bradford. It's an hour and 16-ish away from me, and it's only half an hour away from Ellen Road. So, and I've been to Ellen Road about twice now. So
I mean, I could be more than happy with mine because I've only got to take one bus. It's a home fixture.
I don't know what I have to say.
To be fair, you said your club's going places. We've actually started to wake up now. We've started to wake up as a club and actually realise when you put football people into football decisions and non-football people that own the club focus on their side of things, it clicks. It works. Coppinger's gone into that club and said, screw this, we're putting in a better football structure. We've brought in Middlesbrough's goalkeeping coach. We've brought in Luke Molyneux after interest from Barnsley and Derby. We've brought in George Miller after interest from Stockport with the amount of money they're spending on players, and Bradford as well. We've brought in Biggins, who's a good box-to-box and a gym midfielder. We've got other signings coming up as well. Seems like we're bringing in a high-pressing football. I mean, things couldn't be more better at the minute for us as well. I don't know what you're thinking from an outside point of view, but it seems like someone's finally woken up in that club.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously good news for you. You're in League. You've obviously come down to League 2, replacing Bristol Rovers. Funny. Charlie's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, he will. Now we'll be even up.
But I mean, like we've both clubs, Hull and Rovers, have both been doing transfer work. We've kind of gone more international, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because we've got the same owners. I think we've got the same owners that are trying to learn from their mistakes, which is obviously nice. Coppinger spoke a lot publicly in the press about this new self-funding model that we're working under, this new self-fund model where we don't take money from the outside in, we build the money up ourselves in our own bank account and spend our own money rather than spend outside money, which could work if you do it the right way. And we're certainly doing it the right way at the moment, but we'll have to see what happens, won't we?
Yeah, I mean, if you
don't
go up this season, I'm going to be questioning your methods.
Yeah,
I'm going to be questioning
like I said, Coppinger came out and said with the self-funding model, other clubs will want to learn the way we work. Let's see if that becomes true or not.
Will the penny finally drop, I wonder?
The penny will finally drop, fingers crossed. I think the penny dropped when we went down. I think the penny finally dropped.
Will it be tails up or heads up? If it's tails up, you've got a good luck on your side.
Wow.
I mean, we both teams have had the transfer windows. In my opinion, from an outsider's point of view, as a neutral between you and others, I do feel like you will have the upper hand this season. I do feel like you'll give the top 5, whatever, top 7. I don't know, depends. Yeah. Hold on, let me have a look. Top 7. I do think you'll be in the top 7, if not given a challenge for the title. Obviously, there are good sides in the League 2 now. Do see Stockport getting into the top 10 at least. For some reason, I think they'll be like the dark horses in that league. But it's one of those where we're going to have to look at how others perform, especially with our fixtures. We're gonna have to find a way how we can get round Bradford at the moment, because if we have a tough game before Bradford, then we could get absolutely battered. But hopefully I can go to Bradford, but I don't know. It depends on what the parents say, everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, like you were saying, first of all, let's just go through these couple of comments. We're hosting QPR. Up the attic, says Callum. Good luck with your new manager. Hello, Dogster on tour. I am indeed. I'll be setting off literally in about 15 minutes because I'm getting my haircuts and trimmed first.
Does Callum support again?
Cheltenham.
You're getting battered.
But yeah, like you were saying about the League 2 top 7, I think literally I said it earlier in the stream, there's about 11 teams that are in that promotion race this season. Bradford, Stockport, Walsall, Barrow as a surprise package, Donny, Wimbledon, maybe Crewe, Gillingham, Northampton, Tranmere, and Salford. I think I already said Salford. Sutton United, they'll want to be up there again. So there's about 11 teams. Mansfield as well. So there's about 12 teams that will be in that promotion race this season. It's going to be such a tight. If we can stay clear, if we win the league or get promoted by a few points or a couple of points, that for me will feel like an achievement in itself, because I think the league's going to be so tight this year at the top and at the bottom. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I've just seen the Richie Smallwood thing. 2-year contract. 69 appearances. Funny number.
Yeah, Swindon will be up there again as well. So there could be 13 teams. Swindon could be up there as well. There's so many teams.
Blackburn. Oh my days.
What?
Middlesbrough, Rotherham and Blackburn. What a guy. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, we let him go. So I mean, I'm not too fussed. But I mean, the fixtures for next season do look promising. Once we get the first 3 clubs out the way, Norwich and Burnley within the same week, because we've got Norwich on the Saturday and then Burnley on the Tuesday, I think it is. Vincent Kompany's Burnley. Let's go raid Man City. But I mean, no, it's gonna be fun to play Burnley again. Obviously, I still remember that time when we beat them 3-0 in 2016-17 season. Hopefully, we can get further up the table instead of sitting in 16th all the time. But I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, we've got good players coming in. We've got good influencers on the sidelines, and on the pitch. Hopefully, Honeyman can lead the lads out again. With, I mean, Ali Al-Sayed-Manesh, he's been an outstander in the first season he's been with us. So I think we've signed him on a permanent now. Baxter I think Baxter we're still waiting on, but I'm gonna say Ali Al-Sayed-Manesh he's very pacey from what I saw against Cardiff. But I mean, Adama Traore and Seri and what's his face, Ozan Tufan. I mean, they're all good players. Some of them maybe older and less prolific than the others, but I mean, we should be confident enough to get the consistency up and confidence up, and maybe I want to say challenge for top 6, but that's unlikely. But
that's going to be very hard in the Championship.
It's going to be very difficult this season. But I mean, we'll have to see. But I mean, if we can challenge for top 10, then we're going places. But I mean, yeah, on the Bradford front, I mean, good luck to Richie Smallwood. Going to be fun playing you, but it's going to be tough. There isn't no doubt. It's not going to be a 5-0 thrashing. There's going to be no thrashing going on at Valley Parade. I'm sure of that from our side. But I might be able to go to it, actually. It depends because it's only an hour 16-ish. So we should be all right. But
we just had some transfer news in from Accrington. Ross Sykes will be officially joining Royal Union Saint Gilloise, so he'll be going to Belgium on an undisclosed.
Christ, that's a mouthful.
undisclosed fee. So obviously Ross Sykes done quite well for Accrington, so good luck to him. Yeah, again, from our point, there's some very interesting ties coming up for us this season in the league. Obviously, it's our first ever league fixture in our history against Harrogate, Sutton and Salford. First time since we played Stockport since 2005. First time playing Barrow since 1972. Tuesday night in September. What more could you ask for? So imagine travelling all that way to Barrow on a Tuesday night and then coming back about 1 or 2 in the morning. Happy freaking days. So going all the way down to Cumbria and then coming back about 1 or 2 in the morning on a Wednesday morning. Jesus fucking Christ.
That should be great
fun. That should be fantastic fun. But yeah, like I said, we've made some good movements this season. We've brought in, like I said, Middlesbrough's goalkeeping coach from the senior team, Neil Bennett, who he was working with Warnock, working with Chris Wilder, so he's got that pedigree of working with someone high up in the field that's going for promotion back to the Premier League at some point. So it's great having that person to come in. Steve Hernandez goes back to the academy and keeps working with them, so that's always good to give Steve that pathway. And yeah, we're really starting to build up our squad now in terms of on and off the pitch and the coaching staff and things like that. So, and obviously we've got Graham Younger's replacement coming in at some point. So maybe that gets announced at the kit launch tonight. Maybe we announce Graham Younger's replacement tonight, but I don't know for sure. So we'll get a new head of recruitment coming in, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, or announced in the next couple of weeks, but we don't know who that is yet. We don't know who officially it will be yet, but we do understand it will be a direct replacement to Graham Younger. I mean, it's not been announced yet, but I would take a pretty good guess and say he's been involved in some of the signings that we've made so far. So I would say he's definitely been getting his feet under the table for now. So I think it's one of those, again, where it's like Ryan Simpson, head of performance analysis that just came in from Scunthorpe, gets his feet under the table for the first couple of weeks, and then we announce it. So I think that's probably what's going to happen here with this one. So should be interesting. But as I said, we're very interested to see what happens against Lincoln in the Cup. Like I said, last season we beat Walsall on penalties in our abysmal season to forget. And then the season before that, we got through Blackburn 3-2 win at Ewood Park. So that's obviously was a great day getting through a championship team. Last year we went out in round 2-0 loss to Stoke, but of course by then we had a load of injuries. We had academy players, plenty on the bench. We had youth on the bench. We had an injury depleted squad by then, so we were always going to lose to Stoke City on that one. But 2-0, respectable. Gave Ethan Harrison a run out up front. Couldn't do any worse than the senior players. So we'll be in a better situation going into this year's Carabao Cup. I think we'll have less academy players and more senior professionals on the bench and on the starting 11. So we're going to have, so instead of coming into this summer window with about 15 players on the books, we've got 21 on the books. So we've only had to bring in a few players. So it's a better situation already. And it's not going to be a complete revolution, as Gary McSheffrey said. It's going to be an evolution of the side. And with the direction that we're going in off the field, like I said, Luke Molyneux, interest from League One. Hartlepool fans were fuming that he stayed in League Two. George Miller, scouted by League Two clubs with a lot more money than us, and we still managed to get him. So, it's the fact that we can still attract these players despite stiff competition from bigger clubs on paper. The fact that we can financially compete better than Derby doesn't say just a lot about Derby's situation. It says a lot about our situation this season and how we've changed our structure and our style and the way we do things at the club. So hopefully this is the start of us getting back on our feet. Like I said, the owners who are not football people, focus on the business side of it, focus on what you've done best at, which is keeping the club self-sufficient and way away from administration. I know for sure we are nowhere near financial destruction. No way. And we had £10 million debts when they came in and they've all been cleared. That's the great thing about this club. So they focus on the financial side, which they're doing great at the moment. And the football people focus on getting this club back on its feet and back up the pyramid and getting towards that championship in the next few years. So that's the way we do it. That's the way we're going to do it. And this season seems to be the first big steps. But I've got to get going because I've got to start getting ready to go. But Max, thank you very much for coming on. And I will see you in future streams.
Yes, you will. I have a mention also. I am doing a few streams in July at some point. Probably around the start of July, maybe. It's season roundups, so I don't know which one you. I mean, I'm doing one combined, so there's going to be three. There's one Premier League, one Championship, one for League One and League Two. So yeah, I'll try and get you one for League One and League Two, but I don't know when it is yet, so I'll have to find a sufficient date where one, I'm not working, two, I don't have any other plans, but. For now, I'm just going to enjoy my birthday tomorrow. So because my birthday is tomorrow, and it's more important than all this. So I'll see what I can do with that. But there will be more streams coming up on my channel. There'll be a lot more vlogs if I do become a member of Hull City. But we'll have to see if I can get to 23 or more games before we can decide that. But yeah, there'll be some streams of season roundups in start of July-ish some point, so I'll try and get you on one of those. But yeah, hopefully we can see you on. I'll hopefully see you on another stream at some other point. But yeah, cheers for having me on, and good luck against Lincoln. You'll probably need it.
Thank you very much, Brian. Happy birthday for tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, cheers, mate. Praise.
Always great getting Max on the show. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. Swindon will be up there again, absolutely. Codheads, 14,000 season tickets, Bradford impressive. Absolutely, they'll be up there this season. I am the CHALL from Chelsea Sport. That is the Carabao Cup draw, and I will see you all for the pre-season and then for the actual season starting. See you later.